Hey guys, in today's quick tip video, I'm talking about a specific communication pattern on whether or not we should be talking about our stress after a long day. For some people, they say, hey, I had a bad day, I don't want to talk about it. For other people, they say, hey, I had a bad day, and let me tell you all about it. If you and your partner have a different perspective on this point, sometimes it can cause some tension in the relationship. And if that's true for you, I have some tips on how to navigate that dynamic. Let's get to work. If this dynamic tends to fit for you, I automatically think about a pursue personality or withdrawing personality. And I say those words because that's how it can feel to your partner. And yes, we need to honor our own individual needs as far as communication goes. We're also responsible to our partner, thinking about how I need to communicate to them, to their personality piece as well. So if you're this pursuing, tell me more about it. What was it like? These like follow-up exploration questions. Sometimes for people who tend to not want to talk about it, it feels like you're just pushing and grabbing and trying to get anything out of them. And it's this exhausting protective place that they then go to. If, on the other hand, you tend to withdraw, that's what your partner feels. They feel the walls going up. They feel this protective piece that you're putting in between them. So this pursue-withdraw dynamic does not work for that reason. It's the perception of what our partner's behavior means, when in reality, it just means they either want to talk about it or they don't. If you tend to be the pursue person in your relationship, the detective who's exploring what's going on, wanting to understand your partner's world, that is a plus, is that understanding piece. I want to know how you see the world, how you see the problem. How did you hear that? What's that experience like for you to want to join in your partner's world? So to have that piece in the relationship is a strength. I do want you to be mindful, though, of what I said previously, that your partner feels like you're pulling at them, that you're trying to get all these details, that it does feel like a detective and they need to protect themselves from all of these questions. So I want you to find a balance there. Typically, you are going to be the person that brings things up in the relationship. You might be one to talk about future plans, a vacation coming up. You might be the one to bring up conflict, to repair conflict. That might be more of your role in the relationship. So it is a strength that you have. I want you to rely on that in times of conflict. However, I want you to also understand your partner is not that same person, and it can feel like too much. So I'll have tips for them on how to manage that. But if you're starting to feel those walls going up, I'd like you, again, since you're this pursuing person in the conversation, I'd like you to pursue a break. I'd like you to pursue an opportunity for your partner to have some alone time, perhaps, some way for them to process that bad day that they're having. You can be that person to initiate a necessary piece in that communication, which unfortunately for you is a break. That doesn't mean the conversation won't happen. It doesn't have to be unfortunate for long. And you have to give your partner that space to then come back to the conversation when they feel more ready. On the other hand, if you're the person who tends to withdraw in conversations, the strength you bring to your relationship is the power of a break. I say it often, sometimes things don't need to be talked about. Those things where you just want to let it go, it can wait. Or perhaps this little thing that I don't really want to address, or I'm so overwhelmed I'm not at a place to talk about it. You bring peace, you bring breaks, you bring mindfulness to conversations, which is a strength. I do want you to remember, though, your partner feels it as a wall that's going up, that you're keeping something from them, that you don't want them to know your world. So when you need a break, I want to invite you to still disclose some piece of it to your partner. A little more warmth in saying, hey, it was a bad day and I just don't want to talk about it right now. That will bring a lot to the relationship, that one added little piece to just say, hey, it's not you. The wall I'm putting up is to actually separate work from home, and I'm trying to decompress. It's a gift, again, that you have for the relationship, and add that one little piece to your partner who tends to be that pursuer. If you are in this pursue withdraw dynamic in your relationship, I think it can actually be a benefit to the relationship when you utilize those strengths and acknowledge that you both bring a great opportunity to the relationship, an opportunity to connect, to talk about our challenges, which is very important for intimacy, and an opportunity to not talk about it. Sometimes we can be more in the moment. Sometimes we need to pause some of our stress to decompress. So it really can be a win-win when we take inspiration from one another instead of letting that dynamic result to conflict. If you're new here, hi, my name is Emily and I'm a licensed professional counselor here at the Couples Workshop. I put out videos like this, focusing on quick tips to help you reconnect in your relationship. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.